Once again, our government has been doing wonderful work. We have just a fantastic report for you on how good your tax dollars have been allocated and used. And today we are going to express our gratitude for the government's report on UFOs, unidentified aerial phenomena. This report comes from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. So, we are learning that UFOs probably don't exist. That is, the alien kind from out there somewhere. Now, of course, level-headed people with a Christian worldview typically arrive at that conclusion anyway. If you are aware of the arguments on origins and biology that says, and also cosmology and astronomy, you know that these creatures are likely not out there. The statistics against their existence is overwhelmingly against it. Now, I just saw in the latest Answers magazine that's put out by Answers in Genesis, headed up by Ken Ham, that they noted in a brief article, U.S. report declares no evidence of alien life. And that reminded me, yeah, all those articles that were coming out, months ago about UFOs and aliens, all this and that, and the government report isn't conclusive in the sense of like it's not definitive and all. Oh, well, that might depend on how tied in you are on wanting there to be aliens out there. From the actual report, it's unclassified. You can look it up yourself. There were a couple of things that it said, like, for instance, most of the UAP reported probably do represent physical objects, given that a majority were registered across multiple sensors to include radar, infrared, so on and so forth. But what was one of their huge conclusions about this? That they fall into 5 potential explanatory categories. What are they? Airborne clutter, natural atmospheric phenomena, USG or U.S. industry developmental programs, foreign adversary programs or systems, and a catch-all other bin. Bottom line is, sensible Christians and even sensible naturalists or humanists have been saying for a long time, the evidence is really weak. It's pretty sad. It's pathetic, really. These fuzzy, blurry images, these dots that kind of hover or shoot around and all this and that, that's the best you got? That's supposed to be evidence of aliens? This is as stupid as the Area 51, they got bodies in the freezer and all this kind of stuff. Nonsense. Humans are going to believe in something. We are wired. We are designed by the Lord to believe in something. If you don't put your trust and hope in the Lord and in your Savior Jesus Christ, it's going to shunt off to something else. And it can be anything. You can believe in Gaia, that the world is alive and we have to protect it. You can believe in Bigfoot or Sasquatch and all these others, Loch Ness Monster for a while and all this and that stuff. And aliens is the big one. Of course, Darwinists need the existence of aliens. Why? Because it was already demonstrated that life probably did not erupt on this earth spontaneously. Well, then, had to come from somewhere, had to seed from somewhere out there. This, to me, is gleeful because the more information that we gather, the more unlikely it is that there are actual aliens out there, and the more unlikely it is that life originated accidentally out there and then came to this earth. Oops, what does that mean? It means it had to have been designed. means somebody, maybe with a big G, had a hand in how life got here. The evolutionists and the naturalists are just getting shoved more and more and more into a corner by the new sciences and the new data. And I love it. Blessings.